park dogs. Here you're gonna see this video where you're gonna find all the information about what we do as a dog volunteers at the shelter. We hope you enjoy your week with the dogs and with the cats, and get ready for a hard work but a really fun time. Kapulka!
One of the rooms that the dog volunteers will be staying at, and there are a couple unique features. Number one is that all of the walls here are very, very thin. And so if you're a light sleeper, we would strongly advise that you bring earplugs to help you sleep. Number two, you'll notice that there is no closet and nowhere to really hang your clothes. So if you wanted to hang your bag or a jacket or anything like that, it would be a good idea for you to bring maybe like an S-hook or some hooks that we can attach to the fencing there. And number three, here in Thailand, the voltage is 220. So you may need a converter if you wanted to use electricity outlets. Alright, so here is one of the showers and bathrooms. We do have hot water here with its own, we have our own separate water heating box. So this is a toilet. One thing that's very, very important here in Thailand is we do not put tissue paper down the toilet. So after you use the restroom and then you wipe, be sure to always throw it in the trash can that will be found next to the toilet.
The daily routine that we have at the dog shelter. We're going to have this board always here so you can see what activities are daily. Breakfast is at 7 o'clock, then at 8 o'clock we're going to meet here at the dog clinic. First thing in the morning we do is we walk the dogs that are in the cages, and then as we walk the dogs, we clean the cages and we feed the dogs. Normally after everyone has been walked and fed, we are going to do a general cleaning of the areas. Once everything is done in the clinic, we are going to do different activities at 11 o'clock when we go for break. Normally we walk the disabled run in the morning. That might change depending on the weather, depending on if there is any other activity that we need to do, but in general we normally walk the disabled run in the mornings. Then we go for break at 11 o'clock. We have 1 hour and a half break. We normally come back at 12:30, and at 12:30 we walk again one more time the dogs that are in the cages in the clinic. After the walking, we are going to have different activities that you are going to find every day in this board. It can be wash some of the dogs that have medicated bath every week. It might be socialize some of the runs. It might be walk some of the runs. It might change. And then at 3 o'clock every day we feed again one more time everyone in the clinic, and once again we start taking the dogs for a walk and getting them ready for bed. At 5 o'clock normally we finish the routine at the clinic once everyone has been fed, walked and cleaned, and we clean all the area and all the floor one more time. If it's winter or depending on the season, we might put some jumpers on the dogs. We double check everyone has been, if every cage is completely dry. We make sure the sink is completely empty. We have put away all the tools that we use for the cleaning, and then we say goodbye to the dogs, and that's the end of the routine. We have a map of the dog shelter here. We are going to have time to socialize the runs and go and say hi to the dogs and go and check the dogs in the runs. Here we have the clinic, is where we are right now, and then we have different sections in the shelter. The big runs are across the road, then we have the clinic runs just right next to the clinic. In front of the clinic we have the open runs. Next to the disabled run we have what we call steel runs, and then the very last area that was built in the shelter is called new runs, and so they are located in here next to the steel runs. Once we tell you which runs socialize, you can find the runs more easily through the map. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to clean the cage. So first, you're gonna see there is some poo and there is some pee in the cage. We're gonna have to remove everything that is inside. You're probably gonna have to, you can touch the blanket or the pillow that is in there. You're gonna see it smells like pee or poo and it's wet, so you're gonna need it to change it. If it's dry and it's clean, then you can hammock here and then you can use it again. But if it's dirty, you're gonna change it. You can have ready your blanket or pillow. You're gonna use some detergent for the cages, and then you're probably gonna need a brush, a squeegee, a towel, a newspaper if you need to pick up the poo, and that's what you're gonna need. In some cases, the cage is so dirty that you're probably gonna need to use a hose to hose down all the poo and pee that is in the cage. If these mats that we use for the dogs are dirty, then we're gonna wash it in the sink and then put them outside to get dry. We're gonna pick up the poo. Sometimes you're gonna have a poo that is sticky in the floor, so you're gonna have to brush that and hose down the poo. This goes into the bin. Then you're gonna spray some detergent. And you can rinse with some water. And then you're gonna squeeze out the water out to dry the kennel. And very important is to be 100% dry. Otherwise, you will put the blanket on the wet floor, you'll get damp, and then the dogs will lie down in a damp blanket, and it's not good for them. So you need to make sure it's completely dry. Once the cage is completely dry, we're gonna put back the mat, clean mat, and on top a nice bedding. In a corner. The bedding depends on many things. If it's a paralyzed dog, you normally want to give them a very soft bedding. And you have to take into account some dogs need different things. There are some dogs that rip off the blanket, so they might not need a blanket. And some dogs need really soft and comfortable blankets. And if it's a paralyzed dog, you actually want to try to give them a nice pillow. And then you're going to give them water and you're going to do it, you're going to put it on the opposite way of how you open the door. If you put it right here, when you open the door, the dog is going to step on the water and the food. So always in the opposite way. So this is how a nice clean kennel should look like.
Hi guys, let's see how we walk a dog. First, grab a leash. They're on the trunks. Grab a leash and go to the cage of the dog. Have a look if the dog is walked already or not. It's marked by this little marker here. This is not walked, this is walked. Then you can have a look on the sheet itself before you take out the dog. You will find her name, her sex. Here we have Dada, she's a female actually. Here's the diagnostic. She had a mass tumor and her surgery was on the 14th December. You get also information about what kind of food you get. In her case, she's a little bit overweight, so she gets obesity food and her walk is actually normal. If she can't get up, no walk. So you get all information here. Then in addition, you get information about all the dates. Every day you note down If she got some food, well, if she ate, and if she pooped. You mark this down always for the morning walks and the afternoon walks. Also, when there is something special, then we mark it on here, as we did it here on Tuesdays. If there is an additional sign, also keep an eye on this data on the toilet walk only, and keep searching one dry and clean. This is always very important. This can be different information in it, so read it carefully first. If you're ready to take out the dog, go to the cage, take your leash, make everything ready so that he can't escape. It's very important that the dog is not running out. Then you open the door. Come on. Hi. Pull over the leash and take her out. And strap this down so that she can't escape. And then you go for a walk. Hi, walking a dog, make sure you have a firm hold on your leash. When the dog is walking, never pull the dog somewhere. Just make sure the leash is always a little bit hanging through. Make sure you're not going close to the wildlife like the elephants or the water buffalo. Keep always a secure distance. Also with the other dogs, it's safer to keep a distance. Another most important thing is to show them a lot of love. All these animals we are walking are injured or had a surgery or really are in a bad condition. So they rely on you and they need a lot of love, and make sure you have a lot of patience with them.
Veronica, if you see a dog fight, the best way to break up a fight is using water, any water that you see. Do not try to pick the dog up or get into the fight, because you may get hurt.
Hi guys, we are now in the kitchen area. Here you can see is the food store. We have here like the adult food, the puppy food, then we have like pet food, back here urinary food. This is for example Bossy's food, that's another special dog. We are going to show you actually how to do the normal food. We feed the dogs in the morning and in the afternoon. In the morning it's only dry food, in the afternoon it's a wet mixed food. We show you now the normal dry food which the other dogs get. If they have a special food, it's mentioned on the chart I showed you before. Any question, go to the volunteer coordinator and they give you exact information about which food. Open the adult box here, take a scoop, roughly half a scoop, pour it down and bring it to the cage. If the dog eats quick and everything within an instant, you can also give him a little bit more. Hi guys, I show you now how to make the normal dinner for the dogs. As I said, it's a wet mix, so depends on how many dogs you have to feed. It's between 20 and 25 scoops. We pour them in here in a big bowl. If you're done, you have your 20 to 25 scoops of dry food. Take 3 cans of wet food. Open the can, obviously. And then pour the wet food into the whole bowl. Take the whole thing, go over to the sink. And pour in some water. You pour water until it really gets kind of a soup, and then you mix the whole thing up. As you can see, there is quite some water in it, so you can pull, and then you mix up the whole stuff. If you mix it up really properly, make sure you don't have bigger pieces of meat in it anymore. You bring it back to the kitchen table actually, and let the other volunteers coming up so that you can fill up their bowls and that they can feed the dogs. While you do that, you can put back the used cans to the recycling bin, which is over there next to the... This is the main trash, put it in here. Okay.
I'm afraid. So we just make do, and it'll come on eventually. So we wash them all, we rinse them, and then we pop them on here to dry, and then they're ready to go the next morning when the dogs want to eat. Pretty simple. There's always something to do here.
Sweaty cup. I'm going to show you guys how to make a little bit of cleaning solution for the floors. We start in the morning and we do a little bit of bleach. And here you go. Get some bleach. Get a measuring cup with a clear red, black line. Just fill that up to the line. And we're going to do about these 5 in the morning. So we get a cup. Got a water in, whatever you call it, pour it in, take the hose, fill it up. So 5 of these in the morning, and this is the course for the end of the day. We're using detergent, same deal, same amount, pour it down in the cup, with the line, put it down, watering cage. Fill it with water, on, same deal, 5 kgs. You just put it on the floor and leave it, just brush it and leave it, that's it at the end of the day.
As in every area, the way we clean the floor is like this. We first sweep the floor, as you see. We use water with bleach and then we cover all the floor. And then brush hardly. After 10 minutes, we remove it with water properly so that everything has gone. Okay, at the end of the day, as we do in the morning, we also clean the floor. When we have finished with the dog, with the routine walk, feed and tie the room, we clean again the floor, but this time with detergent, just to make everything clean at the end of the day.
So every day, try to keep everything well stocked on the shelf. On the top, we have the dog beds that are dry. In the middle, we have the blankets to go on the bed, the newspaper to pick up any poo, the towels to clean, and jumpers for nighttime. At the bottom, we have a stock of all the cleaning solutions.
This is the office, and this is a no-shoe zone. So when you're in charge of the office, please make sure that the floor is really, really clean. And we have 3 little dogs living in the office at the moment, and they're all special needs dogs. One thing about the office is that we actually have a bathroom in here, so volunteers don't have to walk all the way back to their lodging. They can use the bathroom in the office. All the dogs who live in the office are paper trained, so just remember that even if you do bring them out for a walk, chances are they won't go outside and just still come back and do it on the paper here. The good thing about the office is the routine is all laid out on the board, so if you should forget anything, you can just refer to the board, because all the dogs who live here have their needs and different feeding times, so this is a really good reference.
back one last time to Elfin Nature Park. You can do so by donating any clothes, towels, shoes, or maybe any toiletries you may have brought. You can just leave it right in your room before you go, and it will be beneficial to the dog clinic, to the Mahoots or the Mahoot families, or to the community projects.